Article 212 Respect Canon 2710 Respect is to actively observe objects and concepts in the present moment and thereby regard their value. Canon 2711 Respect is the first of the 7 virtues of law and upon which all the other 6 virtues are based. Canon 2712 Without respect there is no justice. Canon 2713 It is an obligation of all who enter a competent forum to demonstrate respect. Canon 2714 An absence of respect and manners by a party to a matter of law obviates the errors of procedure. Canon 2715 Absence of respect and manners by a judge or magistrate immediately disqualifies them from presiding the matter of law at hand. Article 213 Honesty Canon 2716 Honesty is to cognitively process currently observed objects and concepts, or memories clearly without deliberate distortion, thereby communicate such observation or recollection as accurately as possible without deception. Canon 2717 Honesty is the second of the 7 virtues of law and upon which the remaining 5 virtues are based. It is typified by calmness of the intestines. Canon 2718 A lack of honesty correctly implies a lack of accuracy and the deliberate distortion of alleged facts and evidence. Therefore dishonesty is the enemy of the court, as without accuracy of facts there can be no justice. Canon 2719 All judges and magistrates of competent forum by definition are sworn to protect the law and uphold justice by not permitting dishonesty to reign in their court. Canon 2720 It is a solemn and sacred duty of all judges and magistrates to defend the living law against attack by any guild, society or association of men and women that seek to usurp the rights of members and corrupt the living law through deliberate dishonesty. Canon 2721 Any guild, society or association of men and women that seeks to deliberately corrupt the living law for their own ends and abrogate the rights of other men and women through trickery and dishonesty are an enemy of the living law and have no right to claim superior status before the law. Canon 2722 As it is a secret oath of all bar associations is to conceal and corrupt the law, no member of a bar association may ever be permitted to enter a competent forum, claim to represent the law, or sit as a judge, magistrate or official. Canon 2723 In accordance with these canons, the presence of a member of the bar association within any court in any official capacity immediately disqualifies such a venue as being regarded as a competent forum. Therefore any judgments, ordinances or orders issued by such an incompetent forum have no effect and are null and void from the beginning. Article 214 Courage Canon 2724 Courage is a confidence and strength in the present moment to be honest and respectful in performance of duty. Canon 2725 Courage is the third of the 7 virtues of law and upon which the remaining 4 virtues are based. It is typified by a firmness of stomach and warmness of the heart. Canon 2726 As there exists guilds and associations dedicated to the continued corruption of the law and the concealment of knowledge of the law, including the use of threat and intimidation, courage is a necessary virtue of law. Canon 2727 An absence of courage in the character of a judge or magistrate is a sign that justice is also absent. Canon 2728 Any judge or magistrate that refuses to rescind their membership to a bar association and any other guilds that seeks to usurp the law is by definition a coward. Canon 2729 Let justice be done, though the heavens should fall. Article 215 Compassion Canon 2730 Compassion is empathetic sharing of grief and suffering of another within general proximity in the present moment. Canon 2731 Compassion is the fourth of the 7 virtues of law and upon which the remaining 3 virtues are based. It is typified by a warmth around the heart and a gentle swelling around the throat. Canon 2732 Contrary to false precepts, compassion towards all parties, no matter how heinous the alleged offense, is an essential component of rendering justice. Article 216 Impartiality Canon 2733 Impartiality is the conscious separation in the present moment of the emotion of compassion from the other virtues of respect, honesty and courage, so that compassion is present but does not overwhelm the founding virtues. Hence impartiality is best described as detached compassion. Canon 2734 Impartiality is the fifth of the 7 virtues of law and upon which the remaining 2 virtues are based. It is typified by a consciousness of the physical manifestation of all 4 base virtues. Canon 2735 An absence of compassion and empathy is not impartiality but sociopathy. Canon 2736 A judge or magistrate found not to be impartial concerning a matter before them, must immediately disqualify themselves or face the accusation of perverting the course of justice. Article 217 Knowledge Canon 2737 Knowledge is conscious knowledge of the law, its true definitions, application, processes, history, purpose and functions without confusion with false information designed as concealment of key legal meaning. Jurisprudence is equitable to the concept of knowledge. Canon 2738 Knowledge is the 6th of the 7 virtues of law and upon which the final virtue of law is derived. It is typified by the demonstration of a well-rounded intellect, skills of discernment and balanced disposition. Canon 2739 Knowledge of law presented by the guilds known as the bar associations is not knowledge but ignorance of the law as such. Dictionaries, statutes, cases and precepts are founded on deliberate fraud, distortion and concealment. Canon 2740 A judge, magistrate, prosecutor or counsel that is only knowledgeable in the law presented by the bar association and their allies has no knowledge of law whatsoever, but merely of processes and deliberate distortions designed to hide knowledge. Canon 2741 Ignorance of the law is no excuse for an officer of the court, as it is a solemn obligation of all officers of the court, not the parties before the court, to be well versed in jurisprudence and therefore due process of law. Canon 2742 Any claim, statute or principle that seeks to shift obligation of knowledge from officers of the court to parties before the court is an absurdity and deliberate corruption of the law, therefore null, void and without validity. Canon 2743 By definition, knowledge of the law is usually absent within any inferior Roman court or court operating under Talmudic law, as both systems are deliberately based on the teaching of false information of all but a very few, with true definitions, meaning and function reserved usually only to the elite of the judge class. Article 218 Wisdom. Canon 2744 Wisdom is the effect of adhering and demonstrating the previous 6 virtues of law. Wisdom is therefore the application of respect, honesty, compassion and discernment of the law in the present moment to render a judgment based on the facts, devoid of any other external influences. Canon 2745 As true wisdom is reliant on the application of other skills first, wisdom is correctly defined as an effect rather than a cause.